Now some good news. You can likely take the Common App personal statement and reduce it down to meet one of the 4 personal insight questions the UC requires. That's the University of California system. The main difference here is that each UC PIQ has a limit of 350 words. So that's not a lot of time to share and reflect on a story. But don't worry, I'm going to coach you on how to do that. So think back to that little brainstorming session we did about what you want the colleges to know about you. Do you remember that? You will probably find a place to put that. The UC system has 8 prompts to choose from, of which you select 4. Just like the Common App, they're all worth the same amount of value. Trust me, I promise. I was a UC reader. Number 1, describe an example of your leadership experience in which you have positively influenced others, helped resolve disputes, or contributed to group efforts over time. So sometimes leadership can be seen in obvious ways. Maybe you founded a club or been its president, but leadership can also be in social roles outside of extracurriculars. Maybe you're responsible for your siblings, or you caretake a parent to a degree where you are making choices for others. Don't be afraid to look at this prompt unconventionally. If you do mention leadership, talk about how long you've been in that role. The UCs love longevity of activities, and make sure to give lots of detail. Number 2, every person has a creative side and it can be expressed in many ways. Problem solving, original innovative thinking, and artistically, to name a few. Describe how you express your creative side. So just like the first prompt, you can look at this one from a unique perspective. Sure, as an artist or a musician, you can easily show creativity, but creativity can also show up in a lot of science and engineering students. So think about how engineers build prototypes, how scientists are constantly tweaking experiments. Maybe in social settings, you had to problem solve to make sure people were kept safe or felt comfortable. Creativity can be captured in stories about how you think strategically or differently. I encourage you to look for the less than obvious examples. And then anytime you can relate a story back to your major, do it. This may be a place where this is more feasible. Number 3, what would you say is your greatest talent or skill? How have you developed and demonstrated that talent over time? Whenever possible, highlight your commitment to something through the years. UCs encourage students to show longevity in an activity. This prompt, it definitely sets you up to discuss just that. I mean, they use the word over time for a reason. So prove your commitment, show your growth in the activity. And they want you to focus on something current rather than something that happened a long time ago. Now, if it's an activity that you started a long time ago, that's fine, but it does need to connect to who you are now. Number 4, describe how you have taken advantage of a significant educational opportunity or worked to overcome an educational barrier you have faced. This prompt essentially asks how you've overcome something that could have negatively impacted your education and what you took advantage of to make sure that you were still successful in school. And there are all sorts of things you can discuss, but the UC provides some helpful examples. Let's go over them. Are you engaged in educational or mentorship programs or community-based organizations? Do you consider these opportunities? If so, what have you gained from the experience? Have you had to supplement your coursework online or at a community college, university, or through another school? Are you in a magnet, academy, or special curriculum at your school? Did you apply or were you pre-enrolled in the special curriculum? Number 5, describe the most significant challenge you have faced and the steps you have taken to overcome this challenge. How has this challenge affected your academic achievement? You do not need to hold back much on this one. Students bring up just about everything from anxiety and depression to hardships at home, housing or food insecurity, trauma, racism, discrimination, learning differences. It's totally okay. The only topics I would not discuss would be cheating, plagiarism, on academic work, or if you've broken the law. Skip those. But the rest are likely completely fine, even if they are emotionally heavy. Often students are in fear of trauma dumping, like they're saying way too much tough stuff as this ploy to get into college, and you have got to let go of that. If you have had a difficult experience in life, or many, it is okay to share them. And they're asking, aren't they? It's part of your story and it matters. I've lost count of the number of essays I've read that have focused on really tough topics. Life is really hard and readers know that, and they know trauma impacts you greatly. It makes us human, and it also gives us a lot of insight into the world, whether we want that insight or not. So that's why colleges are asking. They know it has made you more grown up. So keep in mind that it provides context for academic history too. So if you have type 1 diabetes, let's say, which impacts how you feel, how well you can concentrate, how you manage your time, your academics, your resources. Those A's you got, they're so much more impressive now. And if you didn't get all A's, it makes sense. Life comes with more challenges and logistical navigation for you. So here's your chance to explain what life feels like for you and how hard you work to manage it. Don't hold back. Don't worry about trauma dumping or bragging or any of that. Just be real. Number 6 is think about an academic subject that inspires you. Describe how you have furthered this interest inside or outside of the classroom. The academic curiosity piece sounds a lot like a Common App prompt, huh? So remember what topic makes you lose track of time from the Common App? You may be able to use this one for both spots. So it's asking about your love of learning. Why this one subject? The UC PIQ guide adds on by saying, does this academic interest relate to activities or interest outside the classroom? Might the academic area tie in some way to your major or career path? If so, how and why is that important to you? What sparks your desire to learn? Those are really nice sub-prompts to pull from. Number 7, what have you done to make your school or community a better place? Again, the UC PIQ guide offers additional sub-prompts to help you brainstorm. You saw a problem. What motivated you to act? What did you learn from your effort? Did you contribute to a positive change at your school or in your community? What steps have you taken to accomplish this? And then if you worked in a group, you need to focus on your tasks, your roles, and your responsibilities, even if it was in a group effort. Again, focus on you within the group. The last prompt the UC gives is number 8. Beyond what has already been shared in your application, what do you believe makes you a strong candidate for admissions to the University of California? This essay prompt is pretty cool. I'll reference our beginning exercise one more time. What's missing from your application? When a reader looks at your academic record, is there some contextual information that needs to be added? Like that story that doesn't fit anywhere else? It can go right here.